We spent 100 days as a Team Magma Grunt in our own Pokemon fan game called Magma Days, and we have a few challenges along the way. Our goal is to become the Team Magma leader at the end, and we have to do about 8 missions to get there before the 100 days actually pass. And there is a special twist at the end, so keep watching. First, we get introduced to Tabitha, which is going to work as our sort of taskmaster who will give us all our quests to do throughout the game. And the first thing we get to choose from Tabitha is actually our starter Pokemon, and guess what? There are only a few options with Numel, Poochyena, and I think Zubat or whatever. But I feel like Numel might have Ember, which is probably going to be stronger if we're going to be realistic. But we decided to go for Numel because of the fire typing being slightly stronger and more useful. Of course, we name it days.Humps because why not? Of course, we were going to do that. And so we have now unlocked the first mission, which is Devon in Petalburg. And now we just got to head up to this lady, talk to the interface, and load into our first mission, which is going to be quite spicy. After trying to talk to basically everyone inside of the Team Magma hideout, we finally make our way to the Petalburg Woods, where we encountered the Devon guy. Yes, the literal Devon guy from regular Pokemon Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald, and we are the guy. We're literally the guy that's chasing him. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! I'm on the other side of this situation. Shit! And guess who's here? It's your friendly neighborhood Brendan, of course the protagonist of the game, but guess what? We're about to whoop his ass. Brendan's team consists of 2 Pokemon specifically. The first one is Trico, who we take out pretty much straight away with Ember. He does, however, I think hit us with a pound here that does a little bit of damage. It didn't really have me much worried because we do get the one-hit KO super effectiveness on that Trico, and it is gone. Actually also giving us a decent amount of experience points from that too, leveling up these humps to about level 6. Then he sends out a Nincada, which again, the bug typing is going to be straight away destroyed by our fire type Numel with Ember. So there you go, our first battle is done, and then guess what? Brendan as well as the Devoncorp guy just ran off all the way to Rustboro to hide away from us. And so we have completed our first mission in the Petalburg Woods, dealing with Devon and stealing some of their research. But that's not the end of it. Now we're allowed to actually explore the Petalburg Woods and look for brand new Pokemon, and once we're done with that, we can exit the area, return back to the base, and guess who's going to reward us with something? Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be Maxie himself. Maxie simply gives us 5 Pokeballs and 5 potions, and that's it. We move on to the next place. After talking to Maxie, we go and talk to Tabitha and receive our next mission, which is Pico's rescue or whatever. We're literally about to be the guy who straight up kidnaps and keeps Pico hostage. You guys remember Pico? The little, like, birdie owned by Mr. Briny himself? Well, guess what? We're that guy. We're the guy literally kidnapping it. So, yeah, I don't really know how to feel about this, but hey, guess what? We're doing a bit of hostage missions here, boys. Either way, though, of course, Brendan shows up and tells us to give Pico back, and that means that, ladies and gentlemen, we are that guy again who has to take on Brendan and, of course, keep Pico hostage. Now, at this point, Brendan's team hadn't actually really changed. He still only really had Trico and Nincada. However, they were way over-leveled than us, and luckily, though, because, well, these humps are so strong, we ended up taking Trico out, and then Nincada was pretty much the same kind of, you know, thing. We just spammed Ember, and we defeated it pretty quickly. Moving on back to talk to Maxie again. Back at Maxie's, he seems kind of happy with what we've been doing and gives us 5 potions. You managed to hold Pico hostage long enough that the other grunts were able to steal all of the Devoncorp's plans. Have these as a reward. Hey, 5 potions, dude. I'll fucking take it, dude. As well as a EXP share, which is perfect because we need to get ourselves more Pokemon to actually use, and we need to do quite a bit of leveling. So back in the Petalburg Woods, we decide to do ourselves a little bit of grinding. We kill a few Poochyenas, a few different other Pokemon, a few Wormpoles, and then we take on this bug catcher who seems extremely scared of us, which is exactly what he should be. Boy, we're gonna get that booty, boy. We pretty much destroy his Beautyfly and Cascoon with just Ember, and at one point, I really thought to myself that maybe I can capture a random trainer's Pokemon, which no, you cannot. I don't know why I thought that. I know we're criminals in this game, but still, I was a little too excited to try to do that. I don't know what's wrong with me. Then all of a sudden, we run into one of the most lazy of Pokemon, aka a Slackoth, and guess what? We capture it and add it to our team. And we give it the most beautiful name of Seth. Yeah, I really don't know why we called it Seth, but chat on Twitch is quite weird, which reminds me, guys, we do these on Twitch. If you guys want to go watch them live, join us over there on twitch.tv/RuffleRowlet. We return to Tabitha, who tells us the blue orb has been spotted and gives us our next mission, which requires us to go to the Oceanic Museum. Museum, baby. And guess what? Our mission is to go upstairs and get the blue orb. However, we discover very quickly that the blue orb there is actually a replica, a fake. And guess who shows up? If not Brendan, bringing along with him May, actually, and we have Tabitha on our side, so it's time to do a little bit of battling, ladies and gentlemen.
Like his fucking, oh my god, dude, what? Like he just made it goofy. I brought my introvert neighbor May with me. Me and her are going to beat you and stop this madness. I May. I May. Rufus, I'm coming to help. All right, Tabitha, here we go. What is this? Oh, a 2v2 situation. This is gonna be a cake. Bring it on. Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna just literally do that voice when I do the voiceover. Yeah.
So, the battle starts off, and we got Tabitha on our side with a Golbat of all things, and Torchic and Groudon are up against us from May and Brendan. We start off by hitting Brendan's, I think Groudon in this case, with some stuff, but it doesn't really work out in our favor, and our Flame Charge, as far as I can tell, I think we missed that. I don't think we actually managed to do anything there with these humps, and I've got to point out, these humps is pretty much useless at this point, okay? You guys can see the levels here are quite harsh. We do get the poison, though, thanks to Golbat, and the Ember does hit, meaning that, ladies and gentlemen, we took out Groudon pretty quickly. Next, though, we still have Torchic, and I think Nincada over on Brendan. However, it turns out that it's actually a Ninjask, which, I'm gonna be honest, does scare me. However, we have so many potions, thanks to Maxi, gave us loads of them, so we just use those to heal up these humps pretty well. However, we just do not do a lot of damage. Luckily, though, Golbat is able to more or less save us here by essentially just poisoning Ninjask. Well, guess what? Once the poison's in, boys, there's nothing to worry about. So just to save these humps, we decide to switch over into Seth, our little slack-off, as the only way to keep ourselves alive. And guess what? He's able to take one hit, but then he falls to the damage from the flame-charging little Torchic. However, the Ninjask now should be about dead almost. I mean, it does have the speed boost thing, which is quite annoying, I'm not gonna lie, but at this point, these humps are quite low. We somehow survive that ordeal, get rid of Ninjask, and now Torchic is the only thing remaining, and we keep trying to heal ourselves, but eventually we decide, you know what, it is what it is. We're gonna go for a move and see if we can hit it and if it does enough damage. But luckily, the Poison Fang from Golbat pretty much saves us and defeats the Torchic. Wailmer is then the last Pokemon left on May's team, and I'm gonna be honest, well, guess what? These humps don't survive this. They end up dying, and the only thing that's able to win this battle is the God bless him Golbat. Golbat literally saves it, so Tabitha wins this battle for us. If it wasn't for Tabitha here, we would have lost this battle. So shout out to Tabitha real quick for actually doing this for us. Brendan and his little girlfriend May then get pissed off and get out of there, and we just return back to talk to Maxi again. He once again praises us and tells us his future plans that he's going to do, requiring the blue orb to be exchanged for the red orb and those kind of things. But on top of that, he also gives us 5 Ultra Balls and a good rod if we need that. Man, I gotta say, a lot of these battles are really fun in this game, and if you guys haven't seen our previous 100-day challenge videos, then definitely go check them out on the channel after this one, because we've done challenges as gym leaders, champions, and loads of other stuff in Pokemon games. And if you guys want to check that out, it's all there on the channel, and you can also find these games on our Discord. We're also then told that a merchant has showed up in the hideout who we can talk to, and this guy sells quite a few different items, so if you do need any of those, you can just go there and talk to him and he will give you some. We then head back to the Petalburg Woods, where we find ourselves a Shroomish, which we decide to capture and add to our team, and we nicknamed this bad boy SpongeBob, because being SpongeBob just isn't enough. We also go back to like the rock tunnel where we had been keeping Pico hostage, and we find ourselves a Wishmer, which we capture and nickname Ree. We speak to Tabitha again and get a new mission, which is a meteor is falling. So we gotta head over to the Meteor Falls and see what happens with Team Aqua. There, both Maxi and Archie decide to exchange the orbs to each other as a fair way to do things. And then, for whatever reason, Archie's side decides to just mention that they're about to go and beat up some old people, which is quite brutal, if I may say so myself, too. Me and the boys are gonna hit some old people. Holy shit! Oh my fucking god! That is so fucked up. That is so fucked up, dude. Me and the boys, dude, are about to fucking assault some people. What the fuck is this? About to hit some old people at Mount Pyre, dude. But it turns out that both the team leaders are actually quite stupid, and it turns out that this doctor here kind of tricked them all, and in reality, they don't even know what they're supposed to do with the orbs or which one they really require, which is quite goofy and funny in my opinion. And in the Meteor Falls, we also find ourselves a Zubat that we capture and add to our team, and we nicknamed this one Diet Cocaine. Back at headquarters, well, guess what? Maxie's telling us that we're about to yoink and screw over Archie and the guys in Team Aqua, but on top of that, he also gives us like 15 Ultra Balls and 5 rare candies, which is very nice. So, chef's kiss to you, Maxie. I really appreciate it, bro.
To them, and you know it. We don't have the red orb the same way they don't have the blue orb. We know they don't have the blue orb because, well, we went after it the other day at the Oceanic Museum, but you know how that went.
After talking to Tabitha about all the stuff that's going on, we unlocked Mission 5, which is Trouble at Mount Chimney. And this means we've got to head over to Mount Chimney to deal with Team Aqua and their nefarious ways. Actually, technically, we're all evil, so it doesn't really matter. Nonetheless, we get there, and we got to take on Archie and his henchman, Mr. Matt. And Matt's got himself a nice chest that I don't really know what to do with, but nonetheless, he's got an interesting team, so let's try to destroy him as fast as we can. First up are Carvana as well as Puccina, which both get defeated by us using Mega Drain. On Carvana, it makes total sense. It was pretty easy and straightforward to do that. Not a big deal whatsoever, and I'm gonna be honest, SpongeBob was definitely one of the most amazing Pokemon ever. The leech seeding, the mega draining, the casual poisoning. Man, this thing is really made for battling. So after defeating Matt, we now gotta take on Archie, of course. And during Twitch stream, you guys can also see I'm showing off my actual real ROM hack copy of Pokemon Rocket Science, which is a real ROM hack that I have in physical form for my Game Boy in real life. A really cool little thing. I might do a video on that in the future if you guys get this video to maybe 2,000 likes. And next battle, of course, is against the Aqua boss Archie, who starts off with a Mighty Hyena, and of course we go in with SpongeBob first, who is more incredibly more leveled than this thing by about 2 levels in this case. We go for Leech Seed first because having that setup of Leech Seed is honestly fantastic. However, we get flinched there on the first try, which is really frustrating. I'm going to be honest with you guys. It was really annoying to deal with. But luckily, though, we just survive it barely there, as you guys can see. We are 3 HP at this point against this Mighty Hyena. But the actual, you know, the Mega Drain comes in. It does a bit of damage. We get a little bit of HP back. But we decide to go and make sure to use a Super Potion because, I'm going to be honest, we will need SpongeBob for the next battle here, which we assume might be a Sharpedo, which, again, you guys can understand why SpongeBob might be the best Pokemon in this case. However, we take the Mighty Hyena eventually out and defeat his Golbat using, well, these humps with the Ember in this case, dealing a lot of damage with the Fire-type moves against the Golbat, getting rid of it pretty quickly. We then switch back into SpongeBob when we're going up against, well, of course, the Sharpedo, as we predicted, was going to be there. He goes, of course, for a Bite here, which does a bit of damage. However, Mega Drain takes half of its HP away, giving us a lot of HP back in this case, meaning we can just hit it with 1 more of these, and it should be just enough to survive maybe another attack. Of course, you guys may notice that he's gonna go for Bite again, which does take us out, but that's fine. We switch Pokemon, and then we defeat Archie. Oh, it's all good, mate. All good, mate. All good. Let's go into Diet Cocaine. Fucking Diet Cocaine of all names. Why the fuck would I name it that? It's gonna bite us. Okay, good shit. I think we win now. Yep, there it is. No, it doesn't even get the experience. That's so bullshit, dude. Holy shit, we don't even get the experience for that. No, how could this happen? Matt, let's get out of here. Grunt. Let's just go. Gotcha, Chief. I've got the orb. Well done, you two. Really well done. I'm gonna go back to the hideout now. We can discuss more details in there. All right, Chief. Thanks for helping Rufus. You did really well there. See you at the hideout. Let's go, boys. Trouble at Mount Chimney. Your reward awaits you at the hideout. Go back to talk to the grunt at the exit of the location. All right, cool. After which point, we're now just running around on Mount Chimney. We got a few trainer battles we can do here. Then we need to do these trainer battles if we want to make any progress. And then, of course, we go back to Maxie, who once again just rewards us with some free stuff that we really could use. And this means we got to move on to the 6th mission. We give some of our rare candies to our guy Seth and evolve him into Vigoroth, which actually I think is great. However, the fact that we don't have enough time to get it to slacking is quite depressing nonetheless. Tabitha then tells us that Maxie's over at the Weather Institute, and we got to take on our next mission, ladies and gentlemen, which requires us to go there and deal with those researchers. At the Weather Institute, it seems like Maxie's having himself a weird time. He's being really rude to these guys, but after he does his little thing with them, beats them up, guess what? Now! Holy shit, dude, he just literally beat the shit out of him, bro. The slow walk. Tell me, We can talk to one of these guys, and he just casually gives us like 10 rare candies, and it turns out that Maxie's going a little bit crazy, to say the least. We then use these 10 rare candies to level up SpongeBob and evolve it into Breloom, which is actually one of my personal favorite Pokemon of all time. We then get an urgent message from Tabitha. It turns out that the guy, Brendan, has made it into the Team Magma hideout, and he's basically defeated everyone. So we gotta run there really quickly to help Tabitha out and stop Brendan from destroying Team Magma. So here it is, ladies and gentlemen, what I think might be the last battle against Brendan. He kicks off with a Grovyle, and we go for the Mach Punch because, hey, we gotta do what you gotta do. However, it protects itself, so we go for a second Mach Punch. Because of that priority, we do a lot of damage to Grovyle. So we go for another one. As you guys can see, I am grooving out in the background because I know we're getting the W here. I know we ain't losing to this man, no matter what. Shit, we even hit his Ninjask with like Mach Punch and stuff, and it still does a little bit of damage. He goes for Full Swipe though, and he does have that speed boost, which is a tad bit annoying to say the least. However, we go for the obvious Poison Powder here because poisoning it is going to be more than enough to kill this Ninjask. So we go for the Poison Powder, and it does quite a handy amount of damage to it. Shit, we even end up actually Leech Seeding the Ninjask as well, which works out totally perfect for us because then we're both doing damage with our regular attack, with the poison, and we're Leech Seed damaging it as well, which is just disgusting to say the least. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't feel proud of myself for doing this, but hey, a man's gonna do what a man's gonna do, right? Then a final One Punch Man Mach Punch does the job, and Ninjask is gone, ladies and gentlemen, leaving only Brendan's Nummel. And this thing, of course, is a little bit more dangerous, let's be honest, because it does have the fire typing and whatnot. And what we do is to go for the Poison Powder straight away, because it's just perfect every single time. I mean, look at this. We're still taking damage, but because of the Poison Powder, we don't have to worry. So, ladies and gentlemen, we pretty much defeated Brandon at this point, and he's gonna leave us alone. And guess what? Hey, the base goes back to normal, things are back to normal, but somebody is missing. Where is Maxie? Maxie is gone. He's ran. Oh, Maxie is at the seafloor cavern where he's trying to get his hands on, of course, Groudon. So we gotta go over there and stop him in his tracks. We're gonna stop him from what he's doing and make sure that he doesn't awaken Groudon. Or we can also yoink Groudon from him, but we'll see what we do about that. And so, ladies and gentlemen, we make our way to the seafloor cavern to take on our evil team boss, or our boss in general, Maxie. And he's here, and he's ready to take out this Groudon. He's ready to make some weird rumbling with this Groudon, but we're not going to let him do anything bad. We're going to stop him in his tracks. First up, he's got himself a Mighty Hyena, and this thing does intimidate us, but it doesn't matter. We got Lava Plume, Ember, stuff like that, Flame Wheel. So we go for Lava Plume, which is just enough. Using it about 3 to 4 times, it's just enough to get rid of his Mighty Hyena. However, next is his Crobat, and I'm going to be honest, we were totally blessed in this case and got the burn. We got the burn on the Crobat, which was perfect because this was exactly what we needed to stop it in its tracks, because this thing can just air cutter us all the way to hell and we're going to die from it. So once that burn came through, we're pretty much set to defeat this thing and get over to his last few Pokemon. So for his final Pokemon, he has a Camerupt, and we use Diet Cocaine against it, and we get the poison, ladies and gentlemen. And now all we have to do is just keep hitting it and keep healing ourselves. So yes, we are HP stalling here. We're literally potion stalling to make sure we've win this, and we keep doing this all the way to the end until the poison takes out the final Pokemon, Camerupt. And then Maxie rewards us with the Master Ball so we can capture. He then summons in Groudon, and we are now allowed to capture it. Yes, we get to capture Groudon in this game because, well, guess what? Maxie's done for. He's not going to do anything anymore. He's gone. That means that we are now allowed to capture the Groudon for our team. And after the capturing of it with the Master Ball we received, we of course nickname it Thick Shoddy, because why not, dude? And ladies and gentlemen, back in the base, we are told that we have defeated the game, and we are now the Team Magma boss. We have a link down below to our Discord where you can check out all our custom games that we make for these videos. They're all going to be released there, and if you guys want to get a link to this one, then drop a like down below and join our Discord for when we drop the link. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you the next time.